Hello, friends. It has been a really exciting 2 weeks. Just last week, we did $4,500 in sales, which I am super happy with. Sales are picking up, and I actually have 27 sales to show you from the last 2 weeks that have sold for over $50. There are some really high profit items in here that sold really fast that I found at the thrift store. So this is not only online auction stuff, which if you know me, I do buy a lot from online auction, but we've been finding some amazing stuffs at the thrift store too. If you don't follow my catch treasure hunting page, I do have a thrifting channel where I show videos finding things. Definitely check that out. I will pop it up top for you. And I'm really excited to show these to you. Again, sales have been way up. I'm very pleased with where they are at, hoping to maintain and grow that even more. And I'm really excited to share these with you. First up is a $50 sale. I got an offer for $50 on the not on the nose. I cannot talk today. This is a set of 4 needlepoint mini Piglet, Eeyore, Tigger, and Pooh. Set of 4. These are small miniature 5-inch stockings, 5 to 6 inches, sold for $50. I got these at an estate sale with a ton of Disney stuff. And so I am only $5 into these. They are close to a $40 profit, and these sold in 3 months. So not super long to sell. These are needlepoint, really neat little stockings, and an amazing profit. Next up is a Mark Roberts ornament elf fairy. If you have not seen these, I got these back in March at a estate sale. I paid $20. This one sold for $54, so it's about a $20 profit. But again, took a little longer to sell. I bought a big collection of them, hoping for some higher ones. So this one I doubled my money, not horrible. This is not something I would pick up by itself. I only got these because I had a big lot of them. So really easy to process and list 20 of the exact same thing. And took longer to sell, 8 months, but again, about a $20 profit. Up next is one that I would pick up again for sure. This is a super cute vintage antique white glass seed bead bucket. I did send out a half off offer. So this one sold for $52. It was listed a little over a year ago. But again, it's small. It's not hard to list. It doesn't take up a ton of space. And even at $50, I'm still making about a $35 profit. It just took a long time to sell, but you can see like the threads hanging off. This one definitely had some wear due to age, but beautiful antique purse. Next up was a really fast sale. This one sold for a best offer of $55. You might have seen this on my what sold video from last week. So this one is part of the luxury buy, and I do need to add those up. So I will get you guys a total on next Sunday's video, or this coming Sunday, and let you know where we're at with the luxury items. You're going to see a few of them today. So I paid $5,000, but it was a really big buy. So I haven't really assessed an individual value to what I paid for each item. I'm just keeping track of the whole buy. So $55 sale, very fast, sold in under a week. You can see the Louis Vuitton made in France. It does have scratches. It's not perfect, but this one was a really good sale. Next up is another one that sold really fast. This one sold in under a week. This is a vintage Navajo sign, sterling silver, turquoise ring, size 7. Sold for a best offer of $59. Again, very fast. I got this in an online lot for about $10. And this one's going to be about a $40 profit. You can see the signature, but I could not make it out. There's that sterling stamp. You can see here on the ring sizer. Great sale, $40 profit, and sold in under a week. This is one that took a long time to sell, and you can see that it is in very, very poor condition. So this one sold for an offer I sent out 50% off because I have had it over a year, but I only paid $1 for this license plate and it sold for 65. So it is over a $55 profit. And again, look at the condition. Don't think this stuff won't sell if it is in poor condition. It will still sell. It did take that year to sell, and I did have to do a half off discount, but still an amazing, amazing profit. Up next was a very, very fast sale. This is a vintage sterling silver ring, red dragon's breath opal, cabochon, size 7, sold full price $69.99 in under a week. I think it was actually a day. Absolutely fast. I only paid $5, so $55 profit. Got it in an online jewelry lot. You can see we don't do a bunch of cleaning on our jewelry. With the vintage jewelry, I find a lot of people actually like the tarnish on it. So we do not clean up our jewelry unless occasionally we will with some of the higher end like Tiffany, but not with just these regular ones. And this one was a great sale, very, very fast. Up next is another sale from the luxury buyout. So it was handbags and also quite a bit of shoes. There, I think, were a couple of clothing items, but it was mainly handbags and shoes. So again, I will keep you guys updated on this big buy because it was a $5,000 buy, and I'll get you a total on Monday. That'll be since some of the stuff's been listed a couple weeks. I still have not listed it all, but we have had quite a few sales from it. These shoes sold for $72. You can see they do have the authenticity guarantee. So eBay does authenticate the majority of Nikes that I have listed, especially above the $50 point. I've had a couple that have been under it and kind of surprised me, but these will get authenticated. Sold for $72, and they sold in under a week. So if you find Nike, this is the number you need to look up here. Like you see the 582552-300. You can look up that number on eBay if you find pairs of Nikes to see approximately what their value is. And these were a very fast sale. So you can see we do quite a few pictures of the shoes when they are higher dollar. And these were a very, very fast sale. Next up is a J. King sterling silver turquoise mosaic pendant. This one actually took almost a year to sell. So with my J. King items, I tend to price them up because I am okay with them sitting there waiting for the right buyer. This one sold for a best offer of $85. And I typically with J. King am about $15 to $20 in when I do buy it. So this one is going to be about a $50 profit, 50 to 55 after fees, but very small, easy to store, and it's hard to see. I saw it in one of these. Here you can see there's the DTR China 925. That is what you need to look for with J. King. And great sale on this one. Took a little bit longer, but sometimes it is okay to price up and wait if you have the space. Up next is a Tweety treat jar, Lenox porcelain canister. This one sold in a few months. This one sold for $75.59. So I sent a 10% off offer on it, and I actually got it for $10. So this one's about a $58 profit. And very fast sale. This one was new, had never been used. You can see the sticker here on the bottom of it. And we did have the original box as well. So beautiful, beautiful little cookie jar and amazing sale, and not too long. Just be careful with the Lenox Tweety stuff because some of it was mass produced and the demand is not there. So you definitely need to find the exact piece you're looking at to look at comps. Next up is a really, really cool. This is a vintage wooden travel chess and checker set. It is mini. This is under 6 inches. It sold for a best offer of $89.99. I only paid $10, so it's about a $75 profit. Super cool on this one. You can see we did have all of the pieces. And look, 5.5 inches. It's so tiny. but really, really cute vintage set. Got this in an online auction lot and an amazing profit. And this one only took 2 months to sell. Next up is a Waterford Crystal Gaspar Wiseman. So this one I actually bought from George the Antique Nomad's friend Susan. I paid about $20 for it. This one was listed in January, so about 10 months to sell. Sold for $85. So it is going to be about a $52 profit approximately. You can see it does have the original box. So not too bad on an $85 offer. And again, this is another one that it was listed a while ago, but now that we're getting into the holiday season, a lot of this stuff is starting to sell. Next up is another fast sale. This one sold in under a month. MCS Modular Component System, not even like a brand that I am familiar with. If you sell electronics, you might be. I was not. One of my family members was cleaning out their garage. This was thrown in there, not in the best condition, but sold for $65. So it's over a $50 profit after fees. And you can see we did just take pictures. We did verify it powered up, but that was about all we could do. You can see it actually has the lights on here in that front picture, and great profit and very, very fast sale. Next up is another fast sale. This is a vintage President McKinley SSB CB radio, 40 channel with a mic. This one sold for $135. This is another item that was out of that same garage. So this one's over $100 profit. Very, very fast. And this one sold in under a month as well. So watch for old CB radios. Look up the model. That is what I did. I just looked up that AM SSB transceiver and found a matching one. And really great sale. I feel like this is something you might see at like garage sales or estate sales. And it's definitely something you should pay attention to. Up next is a very, very long tail sale. And this one took over 2 years. It's a beautiful antique oval bubble convex glass. This one I sent out a 50% off offer of $104, but I picked this up in a big lot and only paid about $10 for it. So it's about a $75 profit. And these, a lot of times, just the frame and the glass will sell around that 100. You can see this one had quite a bit of damage. I do think that's a lot of why it took so long to sell. And I don't know if the person will be replacing this picture, which kind of makes me sad because I love this picture. But a lot of people do buy them to put their own family portraits in. And again, took 2 years to sell, but is a great profit. Next up, I showed these in my What Sold video as well. I got these for a friend of mine's son, and I actually talked about this on my podcast, and I actually left the seller I bought these from negative feedback. What happened is I forgot to change the address, and because I had to change the size. So I had changed the address, forgot to change, or had the wrong size, changed the size, forgot to change the address, asked immediately after, can I please cancel this order? I need to change the address to go to my friend's son. And they ignored me, didn't ship for 4 days, and it was an absolute disaster. So I actually left the seller bad feedback. It was a horrible transaction when I bought these. They did no return. So I had these shoes. I listed them. They actually sold in under a week for $129. I bought them off eBay for $108. So these are kind of break even, but I got my money back. And the reason I sold them is because my friend's son ended up having to go buy them in person because they didn't get there fast enough. But just total horrible experience with the seller. So as a buyer, to those of you that are sellers, please pay attention to your messages. Answer your buyers as soon as you see the message. And if somebody asks to cancel immediately after purchasing, approve it, because otherwise it's going to be a bad transaction for you and them. And I do free returns. This seller did not. But as someone who does free returns, if I don't accept their cancellation, all they're going to do is return it. So it just saved me money on paying shipping both ways. And yeah, so please pay attention to your messages. Next up is one that was listed back in June. This is a Gucci logo, large shawl or wrap, 100% silk, 28 by 72. It was vintage. And this one I sent out an offer of $146.99. They did accept. And this one I got in a online lot of scarves. This is one of the reasons I got it. There were only a few that were high dollar. So I did end up paying about $40 for this, but it is about an $80 profit. Again, 5 months to sell. You can see that made in Italy tag. Just a pretty simple classic Gucci scarf, but an amazing profit. Up next is a really cool Barbie McDonald's set. And this one actually sold before, and somebody like drove me crazy trying to get the price down. I finally agreed. Then the suckers returned it. It was like a horrible experience, but it sold again. It sold for $136. And this one originally I paid about $20. So this is one that's about an $85 profit. It was originally listed back in April, so about 7 months to sell. This is like the cutest thing. Like, do you see like the little hamburger and nugget boxes, little trash can? Had all of the accessories with it. There was, I think, 1 or 2 pieces missing. That's why we had to read on it. And this box was kind of beat up. This is one, let me go back. This is one, I think it has a KB toy store sticker, which was one of my favorite stores to go to as a kid, which is pretty cool. But good sale, good profit, but did take a little bit longer to sell. Up next is one that was a very fast sale, and it's actually one that had me laughing. And that's because I had another buyer that kept sending me offers of $130, and I told them, this has not been listed long. I am not accepting $130. I would not have accepted $130 until I had this over a year. And it was just listed this month. So very newly listed. Somebody sent me an offer of $170. I did accept. This is another item that was in my luxury buyout. And so I'm sitting here cracking up because I had been getting that $130 offer over and over. And somebody sent $170. And I actually wanted to get about $180, but I accepted the $170 just as kind of like a ha-ha to that buyer that kept sending me the lower offer. This Brahmin was in excellent condition and beautiful floral pattern on this one, and very fast sale. All right, we are getting higher and higher, and this is another from the luxury buyout. So again, I will recap that on Mondays what sold, or Sundays what sold with you, and let you know where we're at from that $5,000 buy. This is an Hermes authentic Herline bag, gray canvas tote bag, and this one sold for $179.99, and it's another that sold in under a week. Very fast sale. It was in excellent condition. I don't think this one was used. You can see there was still a tag there. Really cute little tote bag. And if it wasn't worth $200, I probably would have kept this myself, but $170 sale, and I'll get you guys that update on all of the luxury items on Sunday. This is a tiny little Tiffany & Co. trinket box. This one did take longer to sell. It was listed in May, so 6 months to sell, but it sold for full price at $195.99. I'm about $40 in, so it's about $120 profit. Look at the little pear inside. You can see the Tiffany Holidays, Tiffany & Co. and 2 inches. This is a very small trinket box and almost a $200 sale. Next up is another fast sale, another full price sale. Only took 2 months to sell. Got this in an online auction lot with jewelry boxes, and I'm less than $20 in. It sold for $200, 10 times my money on an amazing price point. And this one's about $140 profit. Really fast. You can see that genuine alabaster hand carved in Italy. This one looks pretty simple. You guys need to pay attention. You need to look stuff up, because if I hadn't have looked this up, I never would have known it was worth $200. All right, with this one, we are on our top 5 sales for the last 2 weeks. So this is a Ross Simons sterling silver calla lily pearl necklace choker. I did pay up for this. I paid $50, but it sold for a best offer of $250. This one was listed back in July, so it took 4 months to sell, about $150 profit after the fees. Make sure you know Ross Simons. This is a beautiful, beautiful necklace, and you can see the 925 stamp as well as Israel. That's where this one was designed. Beautiful, beautiful necklace in the original box and $150 profit. All right, this is another really, really funny story. So if you do not know, on eBay, when people send you offers until they pay, that item is still available for someone else to purchase. So what happened with this one is I actually accepted 2 $400 offers on this bag. Neither of them had paid. So I sent out an offer of $450 to someone and they paid. So both the people that offered $400 that I accepted lost out. They didn't get this bag. It went to a third person for $450. This is another from that luxury item buyout. So it'll be in that total I'll get with you guys on Monday. Here you can see this one did have a certificate of authenticity. It also had a dust bag as well as a box. So $450 sale on this Louis Vuitton. You definitely, with stuff that is this high, want to make sure that you are positive it is authenticated. Now, this one, we had the certificate of authenticity. eBay did not require us to get this authenticated. You can see it did have a couple of water spots on it, so it was not in perfect condition, but $450 sale. You can see some marks on the bottom as well. Beautiful, beautiful Louis Vuitton handbag. Very, very fast sale. This one sold in under 2 weeks. And again, I got lucky that the 2 $400 offers didn't pay and ended up selling it for $450. Next up is something like you would have seen on my nautical research video. If you didn't catch that, definitely look it up because it has stuff like this that is worth a lot. So this is a Belfast European nautical bronze piling dock light marine ship and lights I put. This I got in a lot of stuff that I bought out of a warehouse, and I was only $1 into each item. So this one was listed in June. I sent a 30% off offer for $318 and it sold. So this is over a $250 profit for me. And it's funny because I almost didn't take it. I was like, I don't know what this thing is, but I'm like, yeah, like I'm taking the whole lot of things. I'll take it. I'm glad I did. You can see the McMullen Belfast there. And $250 profit on this dock light that I didn't even know what the heck it was. So glad I picked it up. If you see marine stuff, definitely, definitely check it out. All right, number 2 sale was one that I picked up from an online auction a year and a half ago. So this has been here a long time. It sold for a best offer of $497. I am about $50 in. So this one's over a $350 profit. Did take a year and a half to sell. So it definitely took longer, but super cool. It is Malcolm Young from AC/DC. And definitely if you see like rock statues, look them up because they can be super valuable. So this one's close to a $500 sale, though it did take a year and a half, but amazing, amazing profit. All right, this is the top selling for the last 2 weeks, and it was a thrift store find. I paid $150 for this. They had it marked at $300 and it was half off day. So paid $150, accepted a best offer of $615, and it sold in only 2 weeks. How incredible is that? Almost a $400 profit from a thrift store find. This was new in the box at the thrift store. This is what I saw. Chili Sleep Dock Pro control unit. It was a half king. I looked it up. I saw how incredibly expensive they are. I paid up. I spent $150, but it sold very, very fast. And at that $615 mark, you can see we took a ton of pictures of this. And this was an amazing, amazing sale and profit, especially from a thrift store find. For me, typically my higher value ones are either personal buys or they are from online auctions. But this one was a thrift store find, the top sale of the last 2 weeks, and an amazing, again, over a $400 profit. I almost forgot. I had this incredible Poshmark sale for $390. Payout was $312. I paid $150. So these are $160 profit. They did take about 4 to 5 months to sell, but really, really neat. These did have the certificate of authenticity with them. They are Versace. I got these from an online auction. They did have the dust bag as well. So really, really great sale on these. $312 payout and $160 profit. All right, that was everything. I really hope you enjoyed. You can see we had that really high dollar sale on Posh. We didn't have any high dollars on Mercari in the last couple of weeks, but that's okay. But we have had sales over there. I am really, really happy with where my sales are. Hopefully we can keep them up. We've got a lot more from that luxury buy to list. And again, sorry, I'm not telling you guys a buy cost on that because I just bought so much for $5,000. I'm just tracking it as one big purchase. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And our accounting method is money in, money out. So we don't assign exact values to each item. I do tell you guys what I paid, but as far as my accounting, I don't keep track of that. It's all in my head. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what surprised you the most or what your favorite item was. Leave me that down in the comments. Hit the thumbs up, share with your friends. And as always, make sure you're subscribed. YouTube likes to unsubscribe people. I don't know why. I hope you guys had a wonderful wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. Today is my birthday. Not going to tell you how old I am though. I'm recording this on Sunday, but you're going to be watching it on my birthday. So please have a wonderful, wonderful holiday with your friends and family. And I will see you guys on Friday with another What Sold video.